Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight at 11. I'm Jennifer Bellamy. Helene has left an enormous path of destruction across the entire southeastern United States. According to the Associated Press, at least 15 people lost their lives here in Georgia. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services has declared a public health emergency for Georgia to address the health impacts of Hurricane Helene. This will free up more for health providers and supplies. State leaders are making plans to visit places with the worst devastation this weekend. Here in Metro Atlanta, many of you are still without power, and some of you may find it hard to get around your neighborhood due to downed trees or flooded roads. And those dangers pose a serious risk heading into the weekend. 11 Live's Joe Ripley joining us live in Atlanta on Farr Road, where people are still feeling Helene's impact. Joe?
Here on Farr Road in Buckhead, you'll notice it's completely dark behind me. That's because the power on this section of road here in Atlanta is in the dark. They're out of power, and crews, we just saw them pull away a few moments ago, just working to restore that. It should be some time, too, before the lights can finally come back on. A few ways to our west here, you've got the Chattahoochee River, the largest river in Georgia. Of course, Helene dumping buckets, several inches of rain, causing those banks to spill in the Chattahoochee, leaving some parts of the metro flooded in some parts. Only a few of the dangers left behind by Helene. Helene's harm lingers well after the storm has passed.
And it came up from the roof.
Nikki Robinson had several trees fall on and around her Rockdale County home with minimal damage done.
That could have been us. One of us could have died. And my room is not that far from where the tree fell. And then my daughter's room is like over some. So that could have been an ugly situation.
Helene hit Metro Atlanta hard, impacting young and old.
We know some people and some of the houses flooded, but not the whole entire house.
The storm knocked out power to around 1 million Georgians at one point, leading to a long recovery process of turning the lights back on.
Georgia Power has roughly 10,000 personnel responding, and our EMCs have literally thousands that are doing the same. But there's also going to be a long weekend and a lot of work for a lot of people in our state.
And for at least 15 Georgians,
this has been a deadly storm.
Helene turned fatal. Still, some dodged death.
You can see the sky from both rooms, and the windows are completely gone. And that side of the house in the back there, and it's a mess.
From caved-in roads like this sinkhole in Chamblee.
Our goal for GDOT for the whole state is to have the roads cleared by the end of the weekend. That may not be the shoulders necessarily, but all of the drivable lanes. We aim to have those cleared throughout the state by the end of the weekend.
To the overflowing waterways, plenty of threats and risks remain.
The Chattahoochee is a concern. Anything that comes out of the mountains is going to feed down. That feeds to the Chattahoochee. That leads to some of our bigger lakes.
And with the rain letting up, that should give power crews enough time to try and work to restore power, turn the lights back on in some of these communities still in the dark tonight. And cleanup crews, some time to clean up the debris littered across roads in Metro Atlanta. A reminder, too, tonight to be patient, as this recovery process will take some time. We're live in Buckhead tonight. Joe Ripley, 11 Alive News.
Joe, thank you. You know, at one point there were about 1 million power outages in Georgia. That number has drastically decreased after the storm to about 550,000. DeKalb, about 14,000 customers in the dark there. A couple hundred outages remain in Cobb and Gwinnett County. And there are about 7,000 customers without power in Fulton County. Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens saying he is thankful that the city is seeing minimal disruptions.
We're thankful in the city of Atlanta that while we do have some power outages, we don't have as many as others. And we are asking for your patience. Thank you for your patience so far. We are going to get to you as soon as possible. Georgia Power crews are all over trying to make sure they restore power, but we do ask for your patience.
If you are one without power, there are 4 charging stations for you to recharge those devices. They're located at the C.T. Martin Recreation Center, the MLK Jr. Recreation Center, the Chastain Park Gym, and the Bass Recreation Center. The stations will be available until 8 a.m. on Sunday.